After a rough passage from Coruña, we ended up in an amazing bay in Camariñas. The weather was so nice and the water so clear, we stayed longer than expected because of the beauty of this place. We walked up a hill to a chapel and we took our bikes for a spin and cycled to the lighthouse.
Due to the waves, the dinghy moved from here to here. We need to check that better next time. Oh. Waves. Have a look at the anchor. So quiet here. It's so quiet here. Except for one one place. There's a factory over there who produces fish. So the cat is smelling fish all day.
And we are off to explore Camariñas. The first place we wanted to visit is a small chapel on top of a hill that we saw from our boat when we entered the bay. This chapel was part of a pilgrim's trail and we were really keen to explore that path. What is it? It's warm!
It sounds different. It sounds different 'cause you mean it, baby. Oh, baby, it sounds different when you mean it. It sounds different. It sounds different 'cause you mean it, baby. Oh, it sounds different when you mean it. It sounds different. It sounds different 'cause you mean it, baby.
Oh, lovely dinghy. So we're on a mission to find a what are we finding?
The chapel.
Oh, yeah, chapel. The chapel, and hopefully this is the way. But we don't know, right? But we'll see. And we forgot our mouth caps, or how do you say those? So
Mouth masks.
mouth masks, and so we need to buy some. now we have a
The Michael Jackson version. Wacko Jacko.
Oh, nice. Okay, so but this is our trip. So we went to the town of Camariñas and started our search for the trail. After some turns we found the right path and we were on our way to the trail. So we found a piece of a boat with a fence around it. Looks a bit abandoned.
I think somebody was living here.
Yeah, but not anymore. There's a football station. Oh, stadium, football, stadium, and nature. We are going to walk a little bit of the pilgrims voyage. Wow, look at that. It's wonderful. The chapel was built in the 1800s over the ruins of an older chapel. As it is used to happen in many villages, the fishermen's wives used to go up to the roof to change the positions of the tiles, believing that by doing so they will change the direction of the wind and their husbands could come back home sooner. So we're here at the most western point of Europe. From the chapel there was this stunning view, as you can see.
Did you see that landmark over there? You know why it's there? Yeah, well, because there was an oil tanker from Germany, and he was sailing over here, and then he had a problem with one of the ballast tanks, and therefore the ship twisted on an angle. And to compensate for that, the captain had to fill the other ballast tank to equal it out. But then the ship was too heavy in the middle. He had to leave the rough ocean because the weather was very bad. And then the Spanish government told him to go to. They didn't want to help him. They told him to go to France, and France didn't want to help him. So they told him to go to Portugal. And then the Portuguese marine, they blocked the entrance over there, so the ship had to go like into the ocean, into the bad weather, and there after 6 days it broke, and then like all the oil was floating out of the ship, and then over an area of 900 kilometers on this coast, oil went on the beaches and the rocks and stuff like that. So all those guys couldn't fish anymore, so they lost their jobs and the houses, and that city became ghost towns. And now 20 years later it's getting back again. That was a short history lesson.
The route from the chapel back to the town took us alongside this coastline, which was amazing. We walked all the way up there. That's the most western point of Europe. The route that we followed to the chapel and back was so beautiful. The route was so cinematic and amazing, as you can see. After picking up some groceries, we went back to the boat.
The weather is awesome. Different smell. It smells like needlewood. Needlewood. What is it? Let's go for a bike ride. Let's go for a bike ride. This is the plan. We go for a bike ride. Mental fitness, physical fitness are the most important things in your life. Remember that. Remember that. Without physical fitness, there's no mental fitness. So we are going to take our nice bikes and we're gonna climb all the mountains in the area here. In the area surrounding us. So let's go.
We are going biking. We left the dinghy up here. Here's the dinghy. Oh, dinghy. And we are going for a bike trip. Yay! Over there, Twinga. We decided to go to the lighthouse, but this time on our bikes. We took our racing bike with us because we love to climb hills with it. It's also a good way to see a lot more than when you go on foot. We searched for the main route that will take us to the lighthouse, and after that it was really easy because there was only one way from and to the lighthouse.
You gotta notice, yeah, I'm falling in love. You're feeling something, yeah.
We're at the lighthouse. So there's a little tunnel, so you can go into the lighthouse. Nice, right? And look at this view. It's awesome. This is one of Costa de Morte's most characteristic lighthouses. The natural enclave where it stands is spectacular. In fact, in 1933, Cape Witkin was declared a natural site of interest. It's hard to forget about this place, its landscape, its lights, its wind, and the building's architecture. It is built on several levels and adapted to the terrain. The dwellings are separate from the lantern and connected by a covered tunnel reaching through the tower, all in 250 steps. This is an open lighthouse in all sense of the word. Step into the visit of the exhibition rooms where there's always something to see, so we did that. The place where the lighthouse stands was so nice, so we decided to climb up that hill to the little peak to enjoy the view and have something to drink.
It's so great to have in my life. Make me feel so lucky, feel so lucky. It's so great to have in my life. Make me feel so lucky, feel so lucky. It's so great to have in my life. Make me feel so lucky, feel so lucky. It's so great to have in my life. Make me feel so lucky, feel so lucky.
It was time to go down, so here we went, down the big road, into the city.
You gotta notice, yeah, I'm falling in love. You're feeling something, yeah, you cannot control. You're so tired, you came, and you changed all my perspective. You're so tired, you came.
After a couple days, we had good wind and it was time to leave and set sail for Bayona. You will see this trip to Bayona and the city of Bayona in our next episode. Now, a little peek behind the scenes.
Panic, something is drifting in the water. Alarm! Yeah, nice. So this is our office space, our day of work over here. Let's grab some fish and make dinner. I hear fish jumping. There were orca sites over here in this particular Anchorage. Prior to our arrival. The smell is horrible. The smell is absolutely horrible. It smells so feet.
Yay, we made it! It was such a long walk.
Yes. We came here from Santiago de Bernabeu. Should we go for a bike ride?
There are all and here as well.